Just wanted to talk briefly about tools that we can use to particularly estimate greenhouse gas emissions at a farm level. And it depends really on the level of sophistication, if you like. At the very simple level, if you like, we can look at emission factors and multiply them up by tonnes of product or animal numbers and that sort of jazz, which most of us are not going to get into. You're really looking at moving down the continuum, if you like, into the more complex type models that give a much better estimation at a farm level. And that's all pretty straightforward because, again, the toolbox is fairly limited. Now, the first one I just wanted to mention is the Lincoln Carbon Calculator, and ask how many of you are actually aware of it and how many have actually used it? Aware. There's a few awares. No one's used it? Oh, sorry, Harry, you don't count. No, that's fine. I'd just Google it, Lincoln Carbon Calculator, and you should find it all right. That doesn't, our machine's not that good on the detail. Anyhow, well, I was going to say it's reasonably simplistic, and in saying that, it's around the inputs that you have to put into the model to run it. It's probably much easier for dairy farms, because all things being equal, dairy farms are reasonably straightforward, as opposed to a more complex sheep and beef type operation. If you're looking at putting in sheep and beef, I'm sure all you bright young people can sort out what you need to put in. And it'll spit out a figure at the end in terms of greenhouse gas emissions.
Other queries, press 3.
I thought it was my phone. Turn it off.
Please pick up. Thank you. If you have the extension number of the person you wish to speak to, press 1.
That's interesting because it's on mute. Anyhow, sorry about that. I thought I was just getting feedback through my mic.
You were.
Yeah. Anyhow, back to business. Yeah, in terms of the Lincoln calculator, as I say, reasonably simple in terms of the inputs, and it'll spit out a figure, and it'll certainly give you a ballpark. Now, the advantage, just go in and have a look. It'll take you 5-10 minutes max to plug the data in and get a figure. So you're well in the ballpark. As I say, this field day in Northland, that's what we did. We told the farmers, go on the web, go into the Lincoln calculator, whack your data in, and it'll show you a result. So in terms of calculators, as I say, you've got two, if you like. One's the Lincoln calculator, and the other's our good old friend Overseer. Now, in terms of if you've got an Overseer file for the farm, which many farms have in terms of nutrient management and that sort of jazz, you've already got your Overseer figures. You just call it up and look in the right spot. Now, Overseer is much more sophisticated, if you like, particularly around nitrous oxide, because you're putting in soil type and rainfall, and it brings in drainage factors and all that sort of jazz, which the calculator doesn't. Methane's much the same because it's just feed intake. Now, there is discussion, this being New Zealand, of course, let's not have one model that everyone can use and make life simple. We'll end up with a dozen of the damn things. And there's certainly, I understand there's 1 or 2 being written as we speak, which is all well and good, and then we'll have a bloody big argument as to which one's the best and whose figure can we believe, but such is life.
They might all agree.
No, they won't. No, they won't. I mean, it remains to be seen. I'd be surprised if any are as sophisticated as Overseer, but then people think Overseer is a bit complicated and they don't like putting all the data in. But anyhow, that's really all I wanted to talk through now, is in terms of those tools. You've got 2. One's pretty simple, the other's more sophisticated, but it takes more time, but most of you have probably been using it anyhow, and you're 9/10 the way down the track.